Thursday, March 3rd edition of the Carolina weather video here, and a cooler air mass has definitely arrived. We're going to be looking at highs in most spots, 10 to 15 degrees cooler today than what we had yesterday. And still a big system slated to roll on through this weekend. Still looks like a good rain producer. I'll get into that here in just a moment. I wanted to actually start you off, though, with a look back at some weather history. March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Of 1980. This is a look at the reanalysis chart for 0Z on the 3rd of March back in 1980. A tremendous winter storm impacted our region. And again, this is just a snapshot from 0Z, which had an area of low pressure that was very slow moving, riding up the coast. Tremendous 500 millibar closed low lifting up through the Carolinas. And lots of snow fell. This is the snow total map from that event. I know the coast is kind of cut off. There were some tremendous snow totals for the Outer Banks as well. Notice the widespread foot-plus totals. That's that deeper shade of blue, and then you got to upwards of 2 feet in portions of eastern North Carolina. What a snow event, and that's another one of those events that mountains through the Outer Banks. Everybody got some snow on the ground with that one back in March of 1980. A much quieter scenario today, as we don't have any type of precipitation anywhere across our region as a whole. Cold fronts dropped on through the region. Behind that, cooler air moving in. It's really cold up in parts of the Northeast and the northern Great Lakes region, and we're just kind of catching the tail end of that. I didn't put the surface chart in the slides here, but you have a pretty good area of high pressure centered up that way, and sort of a cold air damming scenario taking shape over the next 36 hours. There's the upper air chart. Really just kind of a zonal flow, but you have that shallow, colder air advancing on in from the north. And there you go. You see that high pressure centered over northern New York this afternoon, building down the eastern seaboard. So we're looking at 50s for highs today. A good bit cooler than the 60s we saw yesterday. As we get into the day tomorrow, a lot of clouds begin to roll in, especially for the foothills and parts of the western and southern Piedmont. So it looks like a partly sunny to mostly cloudy sky in those areas. Highs in the 50s tomorrow. Looks like most spots will be able to get out of the 40s and up into the 50s. Should be mainly dry, maybe outside of maybe a shower or two around the mountains tomorrow. But we get into the day Saturday, and we begin to see the chance for showers spreading on in from the west. This is 1 p.m. Saturday. Let's go 12 hours later. That's 1 a.m. Sunday. And again, this is the GFS. I'll show you a couple of the other models in just a second. And then we go 6 hours later. There's 7 a.m. Sunday, and finally 1 p.m. Sunday. All right, let's go to the Canadian here, and it's a little different here with some of the specifics. 7 p.m. Saturday, the main surface lows up in Indiana and Ohio. 12 hours later, broad surface low pushing into western Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Canadian's pretty impressive with the rain totals as well. And then you go out to 12 hours later. It's a slow-moving system overall. And here we are at 7 p.m. Sunday. And the main low is sitting over New York. Cold front pushing through eastern parts of the region. All right, then let's go to the European. It has a surface low centered northwestern Alabama, 7 o'clock in the evening on Sunday. One of the surface lows, another little feature, has gone up into the Great Lakes. Let's go out to 7 a.m. Sunday. The main low is now sitting over eastern Ohio and Pennsylvania. And we go 12 hours later, that low is over northern New York with the cold front pushing off the coast. So I still think the general idea here is some showers a possibility by Saturday afternoon, but the core of the system for the Piedmont of North Carolina is going to be Saturday night and into Sunday morning especially. How much rain? That's what the GFS puts down. Generally speaking, that's a widespread 1-inch plus type of rain event. There's the HPC total rain amounts, and you're looking at a lot of areas over 1 inch, and actually a number of areas when you get back into the Tennessee Valley and the mountains of North Carolina over 2 and even some localized 3-inch amounts. So I'm not really changing my wording. This is a good widespread 1 to maybe 2-inch type rain event, but let's say at least 1 inch in many spots. A good soaking rain. Could be some thunderstorms involved. I'm not terribly impressed with the severe weather potential, but it bears watching to see exactly how the features unfold this weekend. All right, here we go on Monday. Quiet day, a lot of sunshine. Highs Monday probably back into the 50s. Tuesday, maybe low 60s with lots of sunshine. Our next system begins to gear up. There it goes. The GFS brings it through around Thursday of next week. And GFS still has a good shot of cold air behind it for around the 11th, 12th, and 13th, really at the tail end of next week. We'll see how that plays out in future model cycles. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great Thursday, and God bless.